Welcome back to the channel. This time we're talking about the one thing you can do to guarantee no cyber breaches. But I also guarantee you won't do it. So, what am I talking about when I say the one thing you can do to completely stop cyber breaches, but I know you won't do it? Well, that is to not be on the internet at all. But in today's world, no business or even person could really be that disconnected from the internet that we completely unplug. Too much of our lives and of our businesses are connected to the internet. That doesn't mean we don't need to do that or somehow limit the internet. So that's really what we're going to be talking about today is the proper use of your firewall, web filtering, and some other technologies that your IT provider has for you to limit your risk when visiting the internet. So if we thought about your business, there's probably a handful of people that really don't need to get on the internet. Now, I'm not talking about email, right? So everybody needs email, but that's totally different than getting on the internet. So if you're using Office 365 or some other kind of hosted email, I'm not talking about eliminating that, although most viruses and some of the ransomware and stuff are still delivered primarily via email, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying let's limit their internet usage so they can't go to any website that they need to or they want to. So let's think about this. I'm sure there's somebody again in there that, maybe in your finance department, yeah, they need to get to your payroll company, HR information, stuff like that for different websites. But do they need to be able to go anywhere on the internet? Probably not. And if they don't, then there's probably other your normal employees that don't need to go just anywhere on the internet. They may have a handful of websites that you may need access to. You get your office supplies from Staples. Okay, perfect. We got to make sure everybody can get to Staples. But does everybody in the business need to be able to get to Facebook and LinkedIn? Probably not, at least not from your business network side. Now, I'm not talking about limiting people's access to, because people have gotten accustomed to using the guest wireless in businesses to browse the internet, and you take that away, it's going to cause issues in your business. I'm not talking about that. That's kind of a different network. I'm talking about your standard desktop PCs, standard laptops that are being used strictly for your business. So again, now if you've got somebody in your company that does your marketing and they need to post and do things on, then of course, by all means, give them that access. But that's probably not everybody in the company, right? So again, if we can limit the amount of websites that users, i.e., and even computers can get access to, we greatly reduce the risk of possible breach. For instance, a lot of the breaches now, when they become persistent or they get access to your computer and they just kind of watch in the background, we call that getting persistence, getting a foothold. They're basically scanning your computer for anything usable. Personal information, information on your clients, friends, credit card information, financials, anything they can use for identity theft or just raw data espionage, right? So like the big Sony hack, they stole the movie before it came out, those kinds of things. So you may not think your data is all that valuable, but when they can piecemeal out all your clients' data to different identity theft rings, any credit card information you gather, and they can do fake credit cards and stuff like that, your data is a lot more valuable than you think it is. And if you're in healthcare in any way, shape, or form, that data is even more valuable. So when I say healthcare, that includes some of those other additional professional services that maybe serve the healthcare industry and can get access to that same data. So if you're using a billing company or a CPA firm to do your billing and finances, and they could run across that PHI, that protected health information, you want to make sure things are good. So again, limit the risk. How could we think about this from an everyday standpoint? So I've been thinking about that and I've come up with a couple different ideas, but primarily think of it like your house. So if we wanted to secure your house, we've got doors and windows we have to deal with. So the less doors and windows, the less locks we need to buy, the less alarm sensors we need to purchase, so on and so forth. So you would move your valuables closer in or something with less access. So your kids' rooms, right? We don't want our kids to come into any kind of danger. So there's probably one window in their bedroom and there's probably one door to their bedroom. Well, now we only have to deal with 2 access points to protect our children, right? So that's great. Versus the entire house where we've got front door, back door, numerous windows, the garage door, so on and so forth, right? So again, if we can limit that down and only have to protect the couple that we need to, we can provide much better, much stronger, much safer protection for that bedroom in this instance, right? For that bedroom door and that bedroom window than we can for the entire house. So it's going to be much easier for us to apply a narrowed focus like that than it is across everything. Same thing that I'm talking about for your website browsing and access to. If we limit where your computers can go to, even if you were to get breached and they want to steal that data, they have to somehow offload it off of your computer onto their network. Well, if we're blocking everything except for Staples and your payroll company, odds are they're not going to try to upload your data to one of those two, right? So you've now eliminated that risk as far as them actually getting the data off. You haven't eliminated the risk of getting them persistence. There's other tools we can talk about to give you that protection, but we've limited the ability for that computer in order to go outbound and get access to different sites and services. Most people don't even know what FTP is. Again, if we limit that outbound and don't allow it, nobody can use it to get data out of your system. So when it comes to how you can protect yourself from these different cyber breaches, the best thing you can do is get rid of the internet. But we can't do that today. So again, let's limit the amount of internet that our employees can get to. Now, you as the owner, if you want to be able to have unrestricted access to everything, totally understand. But just realize when we make those big gaping holes in your security, it's like buying a security system for your house and then you saying, I'm not going to lock my doors and windows. And as a matter of fact, my bedroom window is going to always be open because I like the fresh air. At that point, what was the point in getting the security system to begin with? Hope you found this valuable. Like always, if you have any questions, please reach out. Give us a call at the office, 760-770-5200.